Turkey saga.
Turkey saga continues. So we're gonna go out and plow. Today, but when we looked up, it looks like we have 2 turkeys out. One on the other side of the fence, look at that. And then one out here. So
One's in the sorting corral and the other one's
look at this
out on the
snow.
road.
Look at this.
I know I didn't plow yesterday and I'm almost regretting it, but we got 2 more inches overnight, so it's like, how many times do I want to plow the road?
Right.
If I can afford to wait, I'll wait for it to stop, but it's not stopping yet, so.
Let's see what's going on with that one, because it should be. Oh, they're pigs!
Get her wings!
Look at that! She hit me in the face so hard.
I know. You can get a hold of their tail feathers, but you gotta real fast go to the wings so they don't get you.
Gosh. It's horrible. I feel so bad.
By design, they're kind of made to shed feathers and get loose, you know?
Yeah. Oh. Max moving as fast as she is.
I think she's moving faster.
Oh.
We got 5 down here.
5?
I have 5 down here.
Okay. We have them all.
So I noticed when I finished plowing last time that something on the front plow seemed like it had come loose or something. It would angle this direction farther than it would the other direction, and certain times it looked like it was moving in the wrong spots. So I need to go kind of dig off the snow, raise it up, take a look at it, and see. Plowing's just hard on everything. It's hard on the plows, it's hard on the frames. I let it go for a day because it was just kind of off and on snowing all day, and I just wanted to wait until it was done. But it keeps on coming. I need to get it dug out. It's past that point now. We're getting close to needing some feed, so I need to dig out our access roads and get things getting ready for that. And then I need to go plow the road because there's about 8 inches on the road. If we don't push it back extra, the road grows in and grows in and grows in. As that pile of snow gets bigger and taller, pretty soon it'll get up to 5-6 feet tall on the sides of the roads. And then the plow just won't throw the snow up and over. So we don't have anywhere for it to go, so the road starts to grow in and get narrower. So it's kind of broken. We're gonna have to take it off until I can repair some things. Down in here, see this?
Oh no.
It's lightweight plating and it just can't handle it. So I'm gonna have to straighten this all out.
Yeah.
See where the ram pushes here and it's flared, pushed back and tore out the weld. So I'm gonna have to straighten this out, weld it, reinforce it, fish plate it. The other problem is this. This is the stopper. It's just a little narrow plate, and it's supposed to push against here to stop the angle.
Yeah.
So there's no surface
bend
area,
it.
so it just punches in, punches in, punches
Yeah.
in. It needs broad surface area to hold that pressure, because
Oh.
that's all about PSI, right? And there's like, this is like 3/8 inch plating, 1 inch wide. So that's 3/8 of a square inch for all the force hitting this pressure. Even if that was a 1 inch button, that would be 3 times as much strength to carry that weight. And the other problem is over here, in a similar fashion, the stopper here is bent up because it's been hitting here and just pushes up. There's no, it needs to be like
Well, it's also
a
bent.
wide, broad.
You can see this is bent as
yeah,
well.
this is bent from pushing, from this hitting it. So I'm gonna have to take this off, and I'm gonna have to, the other problem here is in here on these bolts. The bottom one has broken out. If you come over here, you can see it on this side.
Oh yeah.
They got a big hole cut through the plate, and then they've got a sleeve welded to it on this space.
Yeah.
But the bolt head is the same size as the sleeve, so there's nothing on the back side of the plate to hold, to keep it from pulling through, and that's exactly what's happened. Is that sleeve, the welds have failed, and that sleeve is pulled right through and pulled the head right through. Ola had taken a week off of work so that she could come up here and help me with the barn and try to get as much done inside here as we could together. This was day one of her week off from work. And though the day had begun with its own set of setbacks and challenges so far, we were in pretty good spirits and ready to get started. We just knew we had to take care of the weather first. So we took time to put all of our appropriate snow gear on to be comfortable out here in the elements while we work on clearing all of this snow from our roads, from our farmyard, and from the main road down below. Since my front angle blade was broken and no longer available to put on the front of the tractor, we thought it would be best to come down here and get this big box blade snow pusher, just to have something else on the front to help push and maneuver this snow everywhere it needed to go. Do you remember the days when we wouldn't be up here for like 6 weeks?
Yeah.
And then we'd come up and we were digging ourselves out like this?
Yeah.
This is what it used to be every time we'd come up, and there was a lot of digging out.
Yeah, it is.
Here. For these little dead-end driveways and parking areas like this box scraper is pretty nice because it can accumulate everything in the box and allow you to gather it up and push it out of that space, versus the angle blades that just allow you to push it to the side and to the side. Pretty soon you run out of sides in small spaces like this.
That's not doing anything. Oh my gosh.
That's the other problem. When it gets heavy and wet, or there's a lot of it, the snow is heavier than the tractor, and it just wants to push the tractor out away from the snow rather than pushing the snow where it needs to go.
Are you going to put the gate back?
Yeah.
Oh, good, because I didn't like doing that. I didn't enjoy that part of your scheming. Are you going to let me through first?
No.
Just going to hang out here?
No time for dawdling.
Well, I'm glad you didn't fasten this gate. I'm glad you did this halfway, not all the way. I'm glad that this is only partially thought through.
No, it was fully thought through. This was by design.
You just pushed down on the snow? Yeah. That's good.
With those couple of setbacks and challenges out of the way, we were ready to start plowing. Little did we know that challenges had been lining up at our door this morning, and they were here to stay for the day. With only really the rear blade for this main road section, I was in for a lot of passes. This box blade, as I said before, is absolutely worthless going down these straight stretches of road. It's helpful for pushing out the wide spots so that we have an area to pass by each other. But the other problem is it's super wide. We're only traveling about 4 or 5 miles an hour, but when you come in contact with a tree like that, you stop suddenly. So we made our way back up to the house to evaluate ourselves and make sure that we were okay. Because Ola was standing, when she came forward into the loader stand, she got the wind knocked out of her, and we wanted to make sure everything was all right. I was paying attention to the rear blade pretty heavily to make sure I didn't hook any of those trees or fence posts and rip out anybody's fence accidentally. But because of that, I wasn't focused on the width of this new blade that I don't normally have on, and hooked that tree. You can see as I've come through this section of road just how easily that rear blade pushes the back of the tractor towards the center of the road. In turn, that also pushes the front blade towards the fence line and the trees. This process is exactly what happened a few storms ago
when I was plowing and was pulled into the soft shoulder of the downhill edge, and then had to go fishing for this little red tractor with the excavator. I'm just trying to get this road opened up down the main path, and then anywhere that I can along the way, use the box blade to push open little spaces to pull out. I ended up having to stop a few times along the way to pull those hydraulic hoses back up and try to tie them back off again. I also noticed that some of the bolts on the rear blade were starting to loosen up and things were starting to rattle. It was beginning to feel like everything I was trying to do today was just coming apart. But we were in day 3 of a 4 to 5 day storm, so all we could do was keep our patience and try to work through the problems as they came. We're digging the snow off the vehicles so that we can clear out the snow in the driveway here, and we come to find out that our farm truck won't start. So it's time to break out the chain, drag it out of the way, and get it somewhere that it'll be out of the way long enough for me to get enough time to look at it and see why it won't start. Without the truck running, there's no brake booster available, so that means that you pretty much have to stand on the pedal for it to hold. So Ola's doing her best with that until I can get around the truck and get down in front of her. Then she's going to coast the truck down the hill a ways till I can push her back into the space in front of the dump truck. There it will be out of the way until I have time to look into the problem.
Oh my gosh. I just love the moment where you hit that tree and it looked like you, somebody took a snow globe and twisted it like upside down and had that fall on you.
Yeah. Exactly what it was.
Oh, there's so much snow. So the weather now calls for crazy low temperatures. That's the next thing that's coming. Would you rather have the snow or crazy low temperatures? Or I'm not going to give you the option neither because there is no such thing.
I'd say give me 8 inches of snow, and then you can give me all the cold temperatures you want.
Well, there it is. We're going to have cold temperatures for like 2 weeks without snow.
Not 2 feet of snow, 8 inches of snow. Just enough to give me.
I don't know why you're negotiating with Mother Nature. I don't know what your problem is over there.
I wasn't. I was negotiating with your what if question.
My what if question?
Yeah.
My what if question didn't have 8 inches on there. It said
said-
snow. I guess I did. It was a variable.
It was ambiguous.
That's true. That's true.
So I took advantage of the fact that it was ambiguous.
Okay. 8 inches is fine.
8 inches insulates everything in the ground. Then it can be as cold as it wants. Then your pipes won't freeze. Don't have any of those problems.
So, but we have 2 feet now.
So it's really well insulated.
So that's plus. It's just where are you going to take all this snow? Where are you going to put it? Oh,
You gotta have a place.
but
to
we
put it.
have a downhill property, which is kind of a bonus.
It's
Not a
bonus
lot of
for
people
getting
have
in.
it.
It sucks for getting in.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a bonus for pushing because you got gravity working with you. You got to have some place to push it. And some of these spots, you run out of place to put it.
Yeah, it's true. Oh my goodness.
The frustration is definitely starting to pile up on us today. And with that, our day of digging the snow out and trying to clear our spaces is over. We're stuck, we're frustrated, and we got to figure out a way out of it now. My dear sweet wife, in her infinite wisdom, suggests that maybe it's time for us to call it a night. Go inside, have a nice hot meal, a warm cup of tea, and address all of this again in the morning with a fresh mindset.
Sitting right here and I back up. I just roll 6 inches and I go that way 18. Go straight.
So that's precisely what we do. The next morning, we have to run a couple of errands, and after that, with a better attitude and a solid plan, we're going to get this tractor out and keep digging out our place.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
And we don't need to do this fast.
Oh, I don't intend to do it very fast.
Now 4 low and just keep some tension, but try not to let the wheels spin. really well.
That worked really well.
Good thing we slept on it for the night.
So bad.
Really mad. I had it. That was enough. Enough of this messing around.
After we finish clearing out our farm roads, we decide that when we go pick up the boys from the bus stop, we're going to also go into town and pick up a walk-behind snowblower. Our thought is that we can use that to clear across the front of our gates so that we can get in to feed our animals and open up access areas such as our walking paths.
A long day of fighting and wrestling and everything. It's time to come over and soak in the sauna.
Oh, it feels good.
It is 125 and 57% humidity.
Here's the timers that we use. And then you just put some essential oils and
This is eucalyptus. A little water bottle works better.
go up to 60 in humidity.
It's going to
And
jump
100.
up to 65 or 70 here in a second.
After a couple of sessions in the sauna to sweat out the aches and frustrations, we rest well and are ready to start out strong the next day. The next morning is clear and sunny, so it's time to get a bunch of firewood cut and split while we're all together to get it through it fast. After that, we got to make our way out to the solar panels to make sure they're cleared off and everything's good so that we're back to making power again. Trying to carve out a life and farm this mountainside property of ours was never going to be easy, and we knew it. It's challenging, and it's a lot of hard work. But for us, that struggle and effort is a small price to pay to be able to live this close to nature and enjoy the peace and serenity that comes along with it.